What's up? Welcome to another episode number 4 actually already. I hope you enjoyed the last one. As we said, each time a little bit better. It's great weather today.
Is it actually?
We haven't been outside, but the last time I looked outside, it was great weather actually.
What do you mean we haven't been outside? Claude Code released their whole code for Claude Code CLI. I don't sleep tonight. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
we'll get into
I take you up on that one. We'll see. Well, again, lots of things happening. We got a full list again. Let's jump right into it. And yeah.
Who wants to start first?
I guess with the biggest news that just came out today, Claude Code. Yeah. They made a big ass mistake, or we don't know if the engineers did it, or I think 7 hours, 9 hours.
Not even.
Yeah, it just came up on our timeline 4 hours ago. But they released basically their source code for Claude Code. Yeah. So basically now the whole world knows how Claude Code is so good and how effective they are. And
even more interesting, the whole world can kind of reverse engineer it in a way, which
Open Code, the open source alternative for that will
tonight in their cases.
No, but they will. I hope, but I know they will do. They will hopefully just copy that into Open Code, and then Open Code is on a freaking whole different level. But to be honest, they were already actually really good.
If you mix and match,
started using
take
that.
Open Code and you take the secret sauce of Claude Code. I even saw that they had like a special system in Claude Code just called undercover mode or something that literally was doing nothing else but trying to strip any official names from the Git commits. Yeah. And I mean, until now it worked. I guess now it went rogue and just decided to release the whole source code. But
that's fun.
But saying by your source code, what kind of information was leaked? Like in terms of
everything.
Everything.
The whole thing.
It is the whole
like weights,
the whole
everything.
Git. No, Claude Code is basically just
never mind. Okay,
orchestrated.
Makes
so
more
not the
sense.
models.
No.
That would be even a bigger thing.
No.
But basically their CLI tool, how they are interacting with those models.
I was lagging behind.
Don't
yes.
worry.
It's basically it's the internal architecture, security layers, and how the tool collects usage data.
It is the full architecture. They released, I think,
just no user data. So it's nothing like privacy-wise, but company-wise, it's would be
super fun.
Well, awesome. Probably OpenAI tomorrow. Code green. Code green.
Code green.
Codex on another level.
Codex is going to become
better than Claude Code now.
Quite good. Yeah. No. I mean, it's good for the whole community because
for the ecosystem, it's perfect.
I mean, Claude Code was I would say, leading kind of CLI tool in a
by
way.
far.
So if the others can adapt now,
the only thing that actually came close to the CLI was Open Code. But Open Code is still a bit lacking behind, I would say. Not that I really like that. Open Code, and I work really well with it.
Security layers and the internal architecture.
Exactly. And especially I think the memory layer of Anthropic is super well designed. And that is, I think, one of the secret sauces. But let's see tonight.
Who's listening, go on GitHub, try to get that downloaded before they kind of delete it all.
No.
They probably did already, right?
They're trying, but of course the community is faster in just forking.
If there's something in the internet,
it's there.
Have fun trying to delete that, especially in AI times.
Good luck.
That will spread it like
especially in a
wildfire.
domain like that.
Yeah, and
I mean,
the fun part was the first guy that tweeted that. His tweet got 12 million impressions in I think 2 hours or something. In 2 hours,
maybe we should adapt like a guerrilla marketing campaign and just spread fake news in that domain.
No, we just
hopefully not.
No, we just spread our own tools basically and call it then open source.
I guess. I guess. No, but it is really, really interesting, especially because they were just in that standoff with the US government. And it's not
true. They also just copy pasting that over.
Yeah, I guess.
Palantir too.
But it was, what I just found out, it was not the first time actually that it got leaked. There was another similar, not that much of data, but similar leak late 2025 or something?
Yeah, the thing was late 2025.
Was it? Let me see. Early 2025.
Yeah, I just want to say that was at the time where I think 0.00001% actually used Claude Code, and it was still in the beginning shoes.
It was not
and
that
nowadays, I mean,
advanced yet,
look at how Claude Code evolved. One question actually: Do you guys think it was a mistake of an human engineer or of Claude Code itself, basically?
A mix. I'd give it a mix because they got so used to. Obviously, they make it quite public that they basically
the mix is a boring answer. You need to
wait. They make it quite obvious that it's being like 100% of the code of Claude Code is being written by Claude Code. So even the engineers kind of
not 100%, but they're using it daily.
Twitter post today that I saw of one guy that said 100% of my code was written in the last week of Claude Code, and. I just think, obviously there's a human in the loop, but I think if you do that for months and months, you kind of get lazy and you're like,
and you
it's
might
fine.
Miss one step because it's just enter.
Yeah,
and
so
then
who
it's.
knows? But I mean, it was leaked through NPM, no? Like, I don't know how that works, to be honest. I'm not that advanced, but.
Good question.
Somehow it got leaked through there, so maybe it was just a mistake.
No, I think it was through a .map file, and that .map file kind of indexes the repo because you need the repo or the code in order to install it through NPM. So if you install Claude Code, then it basically goes to NPM, and then NPM goes back to GitHub or wherever the code lives, basically, and then pulls it through there. And I believe that inside of the NPM thingy, there was a .map, and that included then the whole architecture or the whole source code into the NPM registry, the NPM website where you can find everything. And on there was just a button with code. And then...
Well, something or someone.
Yeah, true. Do you say someone to an agent too?
No,
at some point.
Yeah, I mean, at the AGI point, for sure, but...
when do you guys think that will be the first? When
we achieved AGI?
No, not that. That is not as interesting.
But on that top... Yeah, okay, go ahead.
When the first time is actually when someone talks or tells you that the AI agent is a person for you. Weird topic, but...
I mean, there is this test... I think we talked about it once that you basically you just switch around between people, and sometimes you're talking to a person and sometimes to an AI, and if you realize you can vote after each one, and that just tests if it's actually
let's see
believable. But once I see one of those EM dashes,
yeah, true.
But
we love it, but I feel like it's gotten worse.
It's gotten worse.
There was a time where there was no EM dashes, and now I feel like everyone has it. It's like Anthropic. Back in the day, it was just OpenAI, ChatGPT all the time. Don't do EM dashes, but now Anthropic, Gemini.
Never use EM dashes.
And mine as well, but they're still there. I'm not sure why.
You know why?
Huh?
I think they trained the new models on synthesized data or on clean data, and that clean data came through an LLM, and that LLM put the EM dashes in, and they were probably too lazy to...
Exponential curve
exactly.
Of EM dashes,
and then it's all. That's why at the beginning wasn't that
I mean, there's a limit on real data. There's endless amounts. There's a shit ton of amounts, but
yeah, unstructured. Cannot use it. But yeah, you had a topic you want to dive into?
Go ahead. Yes. It was just, And the topic is also touching on the AGI theme where Jensen Huang said we already have AGI, or he thinks that. And I came across I think it was, I'm not sure who researched it, but there was a journalist team which went into the whole beef between OpenAI and Anthropic, right? I don't know if you guys have seen the videos, but where they were at the AI conference in India, and Sam Altman and Dario didn't want to touch hands.
Oh,
yeah, but that's already. I'm surprised you guys don't know.
No,
is that personal? Or what?
Yeah,
I haven't.
It
seen
is
that
insanely
one.
personal. Yeah, no. They were like, they're the only one like. All the CEOs take there and do this, and they're the only ones in the and they're right in the middle. They don't do anything. They're just like on one hand.
Fun.
And
damn.
They looked into the research, where does it come from? Because there was a lot of rumors. Because the main beef is actually not between Sam Altman, like the original OG beef. It was between Brockman, so one of the co-founders of OpenAI, and Greg Brockman, you're right, and Dario, so the CEO of Anthropic. It all dates back. They all lived together in one. So his sister, Dario's sister, him, and Greg Brockman, they all lived in a flat in San Francisco, or in the Bay Area. I'm pretty sure it was San Francisco. And it all comes back to a beef they had in 2016 in their living room on the couch.
Actually.
Where Greg Brockman and Dario had a discussion about the publicity or who should know first of the development of AIs. So, for example, if we have AGI, who should know? Like, who should know first? And now this is the interesting point.
Topic is interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
I know where you're going. Go on. Good one.
Dario's, his initiative was the government should know, be the number one person they should know first before everyone else. But Greg Brockman had the opposite opinion and said the public. He was apparently, he wanted, one of his plans were to give some of the major architects, whatever plans, to the UN, like council. Yes.
That's interesting.
Very interesting. But Dario, and that's where the whole beef comes from. Dario actually, said that would be treason. I mean, he's probably more the American in that sense, but he considered this as treason, and that's where all the beef comes from. I think super impressive, interesting.
Both sides have a point, actually, in a way.
But I think it's very interesting that apparently Dario's perspective is the government should know.
I just wanted to say.
And now they said to the government, don't do it.
I would have thought it's the other way around.
But if you piece one more puzzle piece together with Anthropic now with the Mythos, with a new model,
maybe.
And when they
I have to explain that. I think it's not too known yet. It
is Mythos, I believe, and some other like that, Greek name, whatnot, as basically the project name, and that is a new model.
Yeah.
I
mean, not
apparently their most powerful, mystic, almost AGI level.
Important, the biggest yet recorded training run. So that model of Anthropic, the new one that they didn't release yet,
we don't even know if it exists.
Or if it's gonna
rumors,
be
but the community is pretty sure that it exists and that it actually is the next step into AGI. But the fun part is internal blog posts and stuff got leaked, and they said that model is super intelligent, that it went, I think, 100% or 150% over their own engineering team's expectation of how accurate the model is going to be, how good it will detect security flaws and whatnot. And
is it a specialized model? Do you know? Or is it like a...
I don't know. That is the thing. They don't tell you. But the thing is that they trained it on such a big, massive amount of data. And the interesting part is that some people believe that they broke the scaling law. So basically the scaling law just means more compute
equals more
intelligence, basically. But now after a certain point, some researchers are hypothesizing. Exactly. That one broke the scaling law, that Anthropic got the architecture so good that you can now throw so much more compute on it, but you get a 10 times higher or more accurate output.
I mean, and that kind of aligns with the Chinese models, right? Which we talked about in episode 1? 2?
Yeah.
Not both. But
it's also interesting that they keep it kind of very secretive and very like for themselves-ish in their kind of AGI wars. But if you look at Google and TurboQuant from last episode, they it's also quite a big step to have 8 times compression of your context.
But I think
they
you cannot.
make it open source.
Yeah, you cannot. I think you cannot compare the TurboQuant with Mythos model.
You can.
That is a whole different level.
I just thought that like the whole the company, how they work, like Anthropic kind of seems like the ones that would maybe open source something like this.
Yeah, exactly. But now the question is, did it align with the new model and the government deal? That is my whole question, because if Dario went back and had beef with Krugman...
That the government used a specialized model, that the government had like a really, really high up-trained model that, of course, was not on par with the public one, but...
For me, this is all almost conspiracy theories here.
Of course.
For sure.
But the good kinds. the interesting ones, yeah. But like when I read this, I was like, oh shit, they actually might do have AGI, or some type of intelligence. Maybe not AGI like God level, but already such a jump, what you just said. Because maybe they already told the government before, but then of course they were like, yeah, please don't use it on the battlefield yet. And maybe that's why they said, no, please don't. We don't want you to use it for mass surveillance and to kill decisions.
Could be.
Everything else, I think they were fine.
Now they're trying to monetize it because the government doesn't use it anymore.
But I think they ended up using it.
Yeah, the government, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing it internally, of course, but
I'm pretty sure it's already wrapped up.
The defense...
DOD?
Yeah, the Department of War.
Oh, DOD.
No, it's Hexath. Think.
Yeah, Department of War.
Yeah, he basically told, what was it, like all of the government agencies are not allowed to use any Anthropic products anymore. So in theory they're not allowed.
But true, but that was how long ago?
2 weeks, 3 weeks.
They can't afford to say no.
I don't know how it is now. They don't make a big fuss about using OpenAI or whatever.
From my standpoint, it's just played. It's the playbook of the Trump administration. You always take out the biggest hammer, bounce it on the table, and hit everyone on the head, and then everyone is like, okay, it's not that bad. Let's come all together again.
Probably, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're all having lunch right now. Or dinner.
Who knows?
There's something, especially if they actually... reach that kind of intelligence with the new models.
Well, if it ever comes out,
if you look at what happened in the past, we had that.
Yeah.
But
if it ever comes out, we talked about it. We knew it.
You heard
Super
it first.
interesting.
Yes. That's why you should listen to our podcast.
Of course.
This is actually why.
Indeed, but I think we slowly have to move to stack or skip, or do you have another?
I have another 2 little points to touch on the news side, because I'm a little Apple fanboy, of course. The Apple, we asked Tim Cook, right, in the first episode, where is the usable AI features?
Didn't come back, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not yet. But I heard some news. For one, that Apple now is actually pivoting to a Ask Siri, so kind of ChatGPT style app, to integrate their, have like an
So you're saying they're giving up on a smart Siri and they're just building a ChatGPT
so the app, apparently, it's a system-wide chatbot layer, and it's supposed to be called Ask Siri. I hope it's more than just Ask Siri.
Ask Siri, okay.
Yeah. I hope it's more than just... but it's a standalone iOS app. That's what I think was quite interesting.
Why is it not just integrated in Siri? I mean, they bought the...
I'm guessing it is, but
model.
I'm guessing we will be, but apparently they pivoted to that standalone app, also Ask Siri.
Yeah, no, it's a smart play. Everyone is now used to typing in ChatGPT, so get the users involved into that, but in Apple product. And the biggest point for Apple is that they have such a big market share with phones, and phones are still the most used computer, I would almost say.
No, for sure.
And definitely. And if they get the user then more and more into the app, and everything works basically from that app because Apple has the deepest integration in their own OS. No one else can go that deep. I mean, you know it with PWA, how much headache it was to get the notification done. And then they have all of that data. They know how their tools work. And if they then just integrate it, but you have a little layer, a UI layer on a basically app, and you can do everything through that.
They don't give up on the idea of having an actual smart Siri after.
I think
no.
Think one step further. For what is your second camera button on your new phone?
I mean, they already use it for
Siri.
AI.
Yeah, I mean, it already is.
They already use it.
But
if
that's
you
like
long
that.
press it, you get like the visual intelligence or whatever
you do?
it's called.
Yeah, I never used it actually.
Fun.
Same, not once, but it's just not smart yet. And I don't like. Do you even need the standalone app if you can literally just talk into Siri, ask your question?
But I think it's more about
it's
making it accessible for the users because the users are already using ChatGPT. You know, that's the problem. We always think, okay,
you have to.
We have a
to
different.
the UI that people are used to. I get it.
And one more thing in the Apple area that I thought was quite interesting, right? We talked about that Apple is buying resources from Google for
the model.
For computing, yes.
Custom training.
Apparently, they now got leaked. They also bought the rights of some Gemini models. I'm not sure what the exact legal classification is, but they can actually do their own stuff with the models. And apparently they're working currently on having Gemini models running locally on your phone.
Exactly.
And that's supposed to also be...
That's what they're building on top of with all of the new chips and all of the M5 chip, the A19 chip.
Yeah, but what I was surprised by was that it was actually a Gemini model and not like in-house.
They gave up on that months ago. They just said, we can't do it and we're going to buy a specialized
Imagine how much money they saved.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's actually smart. Like
they saved probably...
Give up and buy from the best.
No. I don't think that they couldn't make it. I mean,
it would just be too expensive and too much time.
Yeah.
Like until they get all of those people in.
Why would you?
The whole architecture. Yeah, exactly. Just buy it.
Yeah, and I think they're betting.
I think the stock went
big time on the on-device computing.
Yeah, for sure.
In the future, I think this is their bet.
I think it's a good bet. Like also privacy, security wise.
We sure think so. Yeah,
it is a bit.
I love the connection between the first iPhone, basically your personal computer, and now Jensen Huang, your personal computer. It's basically the same sentence, but means completely different things. Because first we had actually the computing layer in our hand, and I don't know how long we actually have the computing layer in our hand, or if we do something with that, or rather we have one computer at our home. And that is basically our brain or our agent.
Surprisingly, both sentences make complete sense in both times.
Yeah, it's just different timelines.
Yeah, but
in that during it makes so much sense.
In those 2 decades,
thought, it just makes sense actually that they picked Gemini, not even only because of the quality, but also because Google was the first one and still kind of is the first one that really plays around with small phone-sized models like Gamma. The whole family of Gamma models is based or built for running on phones. So they probably also tapped into that kind of area. And also Google is looking into in the Pixels, etc., running everything locally using those Gamma models, which is hella smart.
But still, I think it's crazy that Apple doesn't have their own.
Yeah, I mean, they make it their own now. They buy the architecture, the basic training, and I guess they just adapt it. Yeah.
But the question is going to be anyways, is there one model or are there going to be 100?
Specialized, I would say. Especially those small models, probably they have specialized models.
Are they all from one company? Let's say like from Apple, the iPhone, because you don't see much more.
We don't know.
Phones out there.
I think is only Gemini currently, like that they work together with Google in a way to get that. But I don't know what's unofficial, of course.
No, I mean more in the kind of sense if we have in 10, 50, or let's say in 50 years, if we have one model, basically one underlying architecture, that is the best model that all of the people here could figure out in the last 50 years, and everyone uses basically that and specialized versions of that, or do we still have those million different labs and everyone tries to reach AGI first, or not AGI in that sense then anymore, but Rather
it's
you
good
have
to have
it.
a healthy competition, no?
Yeah, exactly. That's
Would be
why I
quite-
hope
yeah.
it will be
I think so.
dispersed.
I think it will be.
I don't want
Should
to be told to be using one model.
As long as the biggest companies still leak their open source, I can,
As long as
source
they are
codes,
using
we're
their
good.
own
We're
tools
good.
to
Yeah.
build it.
We're good.
True.
Yeah, but also this last thing on Apple, because I just remembered that they actually published, I think yesterday or today or something, they went live with Apple Intelligence in China before actually getting the accreditation from the government, like the legal kind
Crazy.
of, and then they pulled the plug again after like an hour or something. But I don't know what's gonna come to them. It's like I don't know how
But
strict
they
are, but
felt the pressure of OpenClaw.
maybe,
Definitely.
or maybe they just forgot.
No,
Or someone
if
someone
you're
just
Apple,
pressed on-
you
yeah.
cannot forget
no,
that.
probably
You
not.
can,
That
but
is-
how does that happen? Like,
This is-
how do you
it's-
go live in a country like China where everyone knows that you have to kind of watch out, especially when it comes to AI? Yeah, well,
But I mean, there probably was more involved than just.
we'll probably have more news.
Probably not just
next
someone-
podcast.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure,
true.
for sure.
Well, any tools we should talk about this week?
Stack or skip?
Let's go.
You start.
go.
Yes, you have the best ones always, or not?
Yeah, you put me on a pity here right now.
Sorry.
Start off. Let me think for a second.
I'll go for. I mean, it's not a big one to be honest, because TurboQuant was still my biggest one. I think I actually read that it's one of the biggest kind of news of the year. But we'll see. Everyone is kind of saying
For local AI,
for
definitely.
local, yeah. But no, what I saw is small kind of niche thing. But as I worked with Java a lot back in the days, it's still actually being used quite a bit.
So much. My homies from Germany, they're still studying that.
Yeah.
This is
I mean,
crazy.
Germany is also a bit
But
behind. Still, yeah. It is being used still, and Google released an ADK for Java to basically integrate Gemini in it natively. But it is a really niche topic, so I don't think we have to expand too much on it. For
Fun.
me, it's a stack, but it doesn't need to be for everyone, so we'll see.
To be honest,
You're the master if you say stack. Then
For
it's
me,
a
it
stack.
is. For me, it is. If you work with Java, have a look. If not, then you don't have to. So yeah, proceed, whoever wants to.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I have just a little nice tool. Nothing really fancy, but I think I showed you guys already. The Apple Pass. So basically, it's a little website. What's
What
his
is
name again?
Apple Pass?
Yeah, Apple Wallet.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
the
Apple.
thingy that I showed you.
Apple.
Yeah. It's basically a little website where you can configure your own Apple wallet
card.
pass,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and then you can basically send it out to someone, and it's basically like
You can share it, I think, also like airdrop wise, no?
I think you cannot share it, but
No?
you can have a
QR code?
QR code on top of it, so you can basically show people and they can scan it, and it's basically like a digital business card.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Super fun, but a bit buggy still, to be honest, because Apple has
Early days.
they're
Apple's trying to make it hard, probably, no?
exactly. Apple has such weird roundings and padding around it, and the
looks
writing
weird.
is cut off and
Okay.
whatnot. So it's still early, but really nice tool.
Good idea.
Really looking
Free
forward to it.
probably, right?
The only thing that got me a bit was I can send messages through that.
How does
also,
that work?
I don't know, but as
Maybe
soon as
can-
you have that card on your phone, basically I have a wire to your phone. I can send you messages through the website on your
Okay,
phone,
that's
and it gives but
Suspicious.
it's super nice.
Security
but then,
breach.
but then I'm
It's
thinking.
nice for you as the guy having the.
But then I'm thinking
But it's
if
not nice
if
for-
someone could build a tool in a weekend that can do that, I mean, how many applications are doing that?
just in general, what I'm always surprised is like, why are QR codes like never talk? No one talks about the dangers of the QR codes. You can literally embed
don't scan
anything.
yeah.
You can literally, and then you just like pay your parking ticket, for example, next to and everyone
Yeah.
will scan it,
Yeah.
and no one will notice anything.
Yeah. Yeah, I've even read a story about people making money off putting fake QR codes on parking machines.
Yeah.
I told you about it.
Yeah.
Like, they basically take like $1 on top of the normal price, and they just have a website that buys then off the official website, but
So it's
Yeah.
technically legal, but
It's not illegal, at
Yeah.
least not yet. So they make a bit.
No one patched it.
Yeah.
So make sure, guys, if you scan any QR codes,
Watch
be
out.
aware before you scan them, because you
know who did that.
Yeah,
Yeah, put it
because
on.
you
If
can
you
do
can.
a lot. You can
you
do
can,
a lot
yeah.
of things with QR codes.
You actually can. No. Yeah, but those were not too many. I mean, it's been 5-6 days since we recorded the last one, so that's the main new tools.
I feel like there's already so much happening again.
I just
It
want
is,
to
it
say,
is. No,
even
just in a stack
Anthropic
and skip
released
area.
2 new tools, I believe. The computer use, fucking
fair
awesome.
enough, actually. I mean, let's talk about computer use overall. It's not only like who
Perplexity as
started
well.
it. I suppose Perplexity or someone
I guess
else.
they're trying to catch up
But
with
they're just
OpenClaw, right?
copy pasting each other right now.
Yeah.
Like the big new topic, agents, agentic kind of workflows, computer use, like models that can actually make use of your controller. Who was the first actually? OpenClaw. If I'm just
No.
thinking about it.
There were, or I mean,
No?
people already
Like the
built that a long time ago. There were, I think,
But
there are
like
still.
very niche-ish.
Yeah,
right? Like
only
actually
the
brought it to
browser
market.
thingy. Yeah. But they gave you basically only the computer usability, and you had to build the computer use, basically what your model does with the information that it gets from that tool. It needs to reason about that and then does the
okay,
thing.
that you can build your own.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
yeah.
the connection between the LLM and the browser was already there for a long time, but I
the
haven't
big
played
players
it.
didn't integrate it into their own kind of
Exactly.
systems. Yeah,
And now,
but it is also you see
Claude.
that they don't give out free credits. No, none of the companies give out any free.
area
Not
of
even in
free
the pro
credits
plans. Yeah, it's ending. It's ending.
I'm not sure what exactly happened, because it kind of started with everyone
think
at the same time.
The investors probably just want to see
no,
money coming back.
I don't
no?
think that. I think, I mean, if you're looking at the RAM prices and the computer
is probably
prices overall, everything gets so freaking expensive, and AI produces so much data, you need to put that somewhere.
And the screws are being tightened in terms of investors want to see some level
it's a
of
mix and match of all.
sustainability of their investment.
Yeah. I mean, look at OpenAI. They still make, what, 2 billion losses a year?
Good that you mentioned it. The very last fact I wanted to bring on this
Go ahead.
episode. What do you guys think? So we talked about that Sora got put down, let's put it that way. How much do you think it costs them just to maintain the architecture?
You got the numbers.
It's just one number.
Yeah.
I didn't research it too
think-
much, so don't like. There's probably some
Well,
level
like the
to.
range would already be interesting, but
Wait.
sure.
So how much it costs to
For them per day to keep it up and running.
only up and running?
Yeah,
or
I don't think for
full
usage.
people
No,
usage? Okay.
not. I mean, because that was dying down
Yeah, true.
I have no idea. Per
day.
day.
Oh.
Let's give it like a 5
I-
million? Is that enough?
Nah.
Way too little or way too much?
I don't know. I'm going higher. They're losing so much money every
don't know
year.
how
I think
efficient-
10 million. I think 10.
probably
This
even
is
more.
fun. We need to do this more.
I think it is between 10 and 50 million. That is my range.
You need to say one number, no range.
Okay, then I say 13.7 million.
I go up to 8.
Congratulations.
How much?
Shit.
25.
$15 million per day.
15 per day.
Per day, just on the infrastructure.
damn.
I don't think it included usage. That's why they. So if people actually used it,
Yeah, I mean the second they released the Giphy, you know, the trend where everyone just posted their picture into the chat and let it do
Yeah.
a certain style. Yeah, the servers were almost burning.
Yeah, I
they
mean,
were
that's
cooked.
it.
That-
Like, we
that
talked
was-
about it, but in that kind of time period, like those few weeks, every social
Crazy.
media was full of Sora watermarks until the one guy released that too.
Not true.
But yeah, no, interesting actually. I mean, I would have caught a yeah,
yeah.
massive
Perfect.
fumble.
Long day.
Massive fumble.
I think this
So,
extra.
yeah, that's a
Actually.
blooper. But no, I would have cut cost as well in that sense. But yeah, 50 million is crazy a day.
50 million is
Plus,
insane.
I don't even think that many people were using it anymore.
That's why they
Like,
needed to put.
Google
That's why
was
it
literally
was just a
better.
base cost, but not even more usage, or
Yeah, nah.
and it was included in the GPT plan, right?
Yeah.
So
even in the free plan, I think you had a couple.
You had 3 images per day. Or 1, I think.
okay, but the images, but I mean Sora is video,
Videos
right?
I don't know about.
Yeah, but the underlying architecture is basically the same.
Yeah, fair
Sora is basically just 30 times a second
Exactly.
it produces an image.
No,
So-
makes sense.
Yeah, that is also why Sora takes so much money, I believe, because alone an image generation takes so much energy, so much power. I mean, we wanted to test it on the our local server and the PCIe lanes. We need to figure out which card we put in which PCIe lane because it depends then how much throughput the model can actually use. And those image generation models, they actually use a lot of throughput and need that. So alone the data centers behind that is
NVLink. I recently checked, like
Super fun.
NVLink, the newest kind of generation is crazy compared to the first one.
Crazy.
And it's been like 2 years since the first one came out.
I mean, it
For the
shows
next
you again
episode, I think.
how fast the whole tech industry is
crazy.
moving now.
It's crazy, yeah.
And we're here to report on it every week.
Agreed.
Well, I think this is a pretty good moment to wrap it up, right? We're all quite
Indeed.
cooked. Long day for us, long day for you. If you hear this in the morning, have a good day. If you hear this in the evening,
Sleep well.
hope you had a good day and
Sleep
sleep
well.
well. Yeah.
I'm definitely not gonna sleep tonight, Claude Code. We're gonna come.
All right. Thank you very much for listening. Please make sure to leave us a follow. Give us 5-star review. Yes, please give us feedback. Also, big shout out to the guys behind the cameras for always setting us up, doing everything. So very, very much appreciated. Please give us feedback and
Keep
Cheers.
peace.
building.